Sonic Racing Crossworlds, a joyful and nostalgic party racer on the surface, but one that quickly loses its novelty once you get under the hood. Although it is much better than its predecessor, Sonic Team Racing, it doesn't hold a candle to everyone's favourite, All Stars Racing Transformed, developed by Sumo Digital. Crossworlds is 100% for the fans, and celebrates the characters and levels that made them popular. Seeing classic levels reimagined as racecourses with their dopamine-inducing soundtracks, the game will tickle those feel-good sensors and put a smile on your face despite any grievances. I don't think I will ever tire of listening to Rooftop Run. That and the Chocobo theme from Final Fantasy will always put me in high spirits. Featuring 24 playable characters, each with their own stats and gameplay styles, and 39 asymmetrical courses that portal you to new tracks in the second lap, the game does a good job of keeping your attention, especially with the inclusion of sections that transform your vehicle into planes and boats to fit the situation. As someone who is used to faster paced races, however, it does play painfully slowly until you unlock the supersonic speed difficulty for completing every Grand Prix for the first time. By which point, I'm sure many people will have already ducked out and not seen the game's full potential. Typical of a party racer, tracks are lined with rings and item boxes to help you seal away a win from other racers and help you catch up to the leader. The AI, however, is shockingly aggressive. I noticed very early on when I got caught in the middle of the pack how frustrating the game can be. From being constantly knocked around the track like bumper cars and being pummeled to a complete stop from weapons, Crossworlds can feel extremely unfair, especially when item boxes and rings get snatched by players ahead of you and they don't respawn in time. It also baffles me that despite the very loud discourse around motion blur, that developers are still forcing it upon us without a toggle switch. It made it hard to focus on the track at times. There's a lot of fun customizations available to players with scalable decals, colour options, materials and machine parts that can help balance or bolster the stats of your selected character and vehicle type. Unique to the game is a gadget plate that can be used to attach gameplay modifiers like speed boosts on collecting rings, tuners for increased stats and improved handling on ice and sand. I will say though, the stats themselves can feel rather ambiguous. I noticed during my time trial records that a maxed out speed character struggled to catch up with a ghost that had 80. With a modest selection of game modes hidden inside the race park, Crossworlds allows you to play a variety of team-based modes like Ring Grab, Team Tap, Team Shooter and Team Dash, all with their own post-race bonuses to boost your final ranking. I would have much preferred a mission mode or world tour as previously seen in All Stars Racing Transformed, because despite the effort to make these modes feel different and interesting, it doesn't really hide the fact that they are all still standard races with extra rules, ultimately prioritising the team's final positions rather than the rules of the mode. Adding to this is the typical time trial mode that is expected to be played on multiple difficulties, confirming the point that Crossworlds is clutching at straws for content. The reality is, Crossworlds lacks variety. If there were just a few more creative modes, it would have been a more joyful experience. It would have also made the endgame ticket grind for customization options and vehicle parts a lot less laborious. Instead, I was running the online festival events and rival races ad nauseum. What should have been a 10-hour game became almost 100 for the PlatinumTrophy. Overall, Crossworlds is an okay, but ultimately weak entry in a series that deserves so much more. My advice to Sega, give it back to Sumo Digital. They knew how to make a great racer with your IP.